This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day Podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com and Equities.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
Today's show, I'm bringing back a returning guest. And I'll tell you what, I spotted this company about a couple of years ago, and at that time I said it was grossly undervalued, around $5 or $6. Stock's trading at $14.89. Well, guess what? It's still grossly undervalued. Let me give you some metrics. They did over $20 million in revenue in 2018. Their market cap's only $61 million. I'm giving it a 4 or 5 multiple, which would be a market cap equal to $80 million to $100 million. So we're looking at about at least 20 to 30% discount to rate on the stock. So that would put the stock around approximately $19 to $20 a share. Stock that we're talking about is Pro-Dex Inc. You can find them on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PDEX. And with us today is the CEO and president and director of the company, Mr. Rick Van Kirk. Rick, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
Give my listeners a little bit about statement of who you are, how you make your money, and then I want to get into the Q&A.
Sure. Pro-Dex, we're in Irvine, California. We are a medical device company. Been around about 40 years. The last 20 years particularly focused on medical device, mostly powered tools, if you will, for the operating room. We've got some pretty cool technology we think that separates us from some other people, and we've made so many of these hand pieces over the world. We feel like we're the go-to people in that regard, and things have been going pretty well for us.
How is your Pro-Dex branded product coming, and how many more Pro-Dex products do you have in the pipeline? I mean, you can only put so many products out there, can't you?
Well, you put them out there if there are different applications. The first one that we got going, it's going great. It's in production. We're hard at work on producing a whole lot of them because we've got a launch with a major customer in June that we're trying to support. So I think we talked about before that we'd land an agreement, a letter of intent to help them launch this product, and they're a good partner, and it's coming along great. We're building product, we're testing product, and getting ready to actually start shipping some of this. And we've been encouraged by the success of this product that we've got 3 additional, if you will, Pro-Dex branded products in the works. And the reason that we can do that is because they're for different parts of the body or different applications. One, for example, would be an arthroscopic shaver system. Another one might be an ENT shaver system. We've got another smart screwdriver going. So they're all kind of different markets, so they don't cannibalize each other, overlap, and just helps us really kind of grow the thing here.
When you get where you guys are at, the 20 million plus revenues, what's your thoughts about business development? What kind of efforts are you thinking about, and what kind of efforts do you think you might implement here in the next, say, 2 quarters?
We've really been putting some effort into our business development group. We've strengthened the group. We've added some people that have some really good networking opportunities that's creating new markets for us. We're actually going to start trying to sell deeper into the supply chain, into surgical centers and hospitals, which we think will expand our opportunity for business. We're really trying to be aggressive in growing the company and have invested a lot into the products and now into our ability to sell those products. We're pretty excited about that.
My guest today is Pro-Dex Inc. You can find them on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PDEX. They got a market cap around $62 million, stock price around close to $15, a little bit under that. And you've been listening to the CEO and president of the company, Mr. Rick Van Kirk. Rick, let me ask you this. New approaches to growing your business. Have you guys thought about any M&A?
We do. We get inquiries from time to time. We're not actively seeking them. But if a good opportunity comes by, we would definitely look closely at it if it's something that made sense, financially and to fit in with what we're doing here, if it was a good strategic fit. So we're open to it, but not pursuing it, I think is the best way to answer that.
Domestic, you're doing well. Internationally, any thoughts providing some more international see-through transparency for my listeners and your investors?
Yes, we are very interested in expanding our international presence, and we're doing things to address that. We're developing products that are more easily shipped overseas, if that makes sense, due to certain air shipment restrictions and things like that. We're designing those things that get through that wicket a little bit easier. We're developing relationships in different parts of the world and sending some sample products so they can take a look at it and starting to do some initial regulatory work with those countries so that we're able to ship product there. So yeah, we're starting to lay the groundwork for more of that.
Are we at our 5th consecutive quarterly growth?
Yeah, I've lost track. Is it 6? Is that what you said? Yeah, at least.
That's outstanding. 6 consecutive revenue growth on that. That being said, what do you want my listeners to take away from this interview?
I've said this before, and I mean it every time I say. I think it's really cool. Good time to be part of Pro-Dex. We're growing. We are developing new products, and the success we've had financially allows us to invest even more in the core business, more into products, more into business development. There's a real sense of momentum here. We're really aggressive here in our growth plans and looking at the building and how we're going to support all these growth plans. It'd be nice if you can come by and see what's going on. Anybody out there, we'd love to entertain visitors and investors. And it's just a great time to be part of Pro-Dex. We're all real excited and plan to continue this momentum for sure.
As for my listeners, if you're looking for a healthcare medical instrument supply company, look no further than Pro-Dex. They've got a small float under 3 million shares. You can find them on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PDEX. I think the stock could still go another $6 or $7 just where the revenues are at right here without any growth on that. Rick, I want to thank you for coming on the show. You know I'm a fan of the company. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Hopefully you'll come back on in 30 or 40 days and give us an update.
I love coming on, and we really appreciate the support, and I look forward to talking again. Thanks very much, Everett.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.